Hello, everyone, and no, your eyes do not deceive you. This is a fantasy booking video. Hockey's running out. Uh, Wrestling is something, so I decided to try my hand at it. And this is how I would book Oba Femi winning the WWE Championship or the World or the Big Gold Belt or whatever at SummerSlam. Now, before we start all this, well, also like and subscribe to the channel, number one. And number two, the original idea I got for this, I saw a tweet from WrestleOps that quoted Bully Ray on Busted Open Radio saying that he thinks Oba Femi should win King of the Ring and double dip at SummerSlam. That wrestle Brock on night one and Roman in night two. And I thought that was a great idea. I saw that and my head started spinning with this. And this is what I came up with. So the core of this idea was inspired by Bully Ray's quote and what he thinks should be done with Oba. So credit to him with that. So like and subscribe to the channel. Who knows? Might do more of this. I don't know. Got to do something to keep the creative juices flowing throughout the summer outside of my debut fantasy book coming out later this summer. So, all right. So set this up. Oba wins King of the Ring, and he will go after Roman Reigns at night two at SummerSlam. Also, Seth Rollins does not win it. You take him out of the picture. Yeah. And there is going to be Bloodline general shenanigans in this. General shenanigans. And that's where we're going to go with this. So, all right. So, Oba says that he wants to also challenge Brock in addition to taking on Roman Reigns. And Brock answers the challenge by saying, if I'm going to take you on, I want your title shot. If I beat you, I take on Roman, and it's a career versus title at the main event of night two when I beat you. But if Oba wins, Brock must retire. All right? So, night one we go. And it's Brock versus Oba. Great 8 to 10 minute match between these two big, meaty men, slap and meat type of match. And Oba is able to beat Brock once more to win at night one. And Brock gets up after being pinned, shakes Oba's hand, raises his hand up, raise it up, and then bam! Low blow to Oba, up, F5, takes off his gloves, throws them at him, takes Oba up, one more hoof to the nuts, F5, woofda, right there, takes off his boots, and bam, 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 beats Oba with them, and then just because he can, Brock takes his little hair tie out with all of his braids in and just boop, right at Oba, because he can, and walks off defiantly because, well, he can. Defiant all the way to the end. Oba gets interviewed a little bit later, a little beaten up a bit, and then Brock jumps him again, beaten out of him, walking brawl backstage, throws him out to the arena, and says, if I'm riding off into the sunset, I'm taking you with me. Throws him on a car, F5 onto a car. Brock gets in another vehicle, leaves. He's done. And after all this, we cut to Roman Reigns in his locker room, who's just watched all this, and just with all the emotion of a mob boss hearing his rival had been shot. Gee, that's too bad. Send my condolences to his family. So Roman has got a plan. So he goes up and he tells Jay, he goes, Jay, you got to win tonight. Bring the championship back to the family. No mistakes, no yeeting, just win. Jay's like, I got this, Zeus. Walks off. Roman looks at Jacob and goes, make sure he wins. Jacob walks off. Roman goes to Jimmy and goes, and now you and me, we got to have a talk with Adam Pearce. So Later on that night, Jay wins the championship with some shenanigans with Jacob Fatu running interference, but there's also someone else that interferes with this match, and that's Solo Sikoa. Solo helps out as well. Jay wins 1, 2, 3, and we have a new champion. Jay's hosting the belt up in the air. Jay celebrates. Jacob with him. Jimmy runs down to the ring, all happy, but no Roman. End scene on night 1. We go to night 2, and people are trying to get updates, and Triple H announces in the first hour that Oba Femi has not been medically cleared to compete tonight, but he's not being ruled out either. The situation is ongoing, and leaves it at that. So Roman in his locker room, he's getting himself taped up, getting himself ready to go. And Jimmy just comes in. Jay comes in and is like, "We did it, Oos. We did it." Roman looks up. "We?" he says in that mafia-like voice. "We?" And Jay's like, "Oh, I mean the Bloodline. The Bloodline did it." Roman, yeah. We did it. And Solo. I didn't ask for him to interfere, Oos. I didn't know. You didn't stop him either. I didn't see you stopping him. And Jay's like, "Oh, come on, Oos. Come on, man. You and me sitting at both ends of the table. Like you said, Roman, you got a long way to go. Oos. That belt is day 1. I held this 6 months, 180 days. And before that, 4 years. You got a long way to go." And Jay just leaves. Later in the night, he's sitting somewhere. Solo approaches him. "Rough night, Oos?" Yeah. Roman's just like that when he gets into game mode, man. That's just how he is. He goes, Solo's like, "Yeah. Seems like he's been like that for a long time. I heard what you said about a table. It seems like he's sitting at the table with all the food, and you're all the way down there. Now, me and my family, we're all equals. When we sit at the table, we sit together on one side. No one's a champion. We're equals." Jay just gets up and walks away. Later on the night, black SUV pulls up. Out comes Oba. Still on to himself, stumbling a little bit. Triple H runs up to him. "Can you do this? Can you do this, Oba? We'll reschedule. Are you good?" And Oba goes, "If I breathe, I fight." Sorry if I give him a Russian accent. I'm not going to try Nigeria. He goes, "If I breathe, I fight." We're on. Match is still on for tonight. And it's main event o'clock, everyone. As Oba comes out, he struts kind of, this hurts. But still struts out. Oba chants across Bank of America Stadium. It is delightful. It is beautiful. Roman comes out, his big entrance, and we get to the in-ring introductions, where everything darkens and you have the spotlights around them. It's beautiful. And during the introduction, we hear the following is a tribal combat match for the World Heavyweight Championship. We hear Cole on commentary. "Who the hell made that decision?" And you hear Barrett, "Oh, that's Roman, always one step ahead." And so that's what this match is. It is a 20-minute tribal combat, big match, big weapons, big meaty men slapping meat, good stuff. Anything goes. Crowd's into it. Late in the match, finish of the match is that you have Oba trying to give Roman the fall from grace, but before he can get him up, Roman gets him in that guillotine choke, trying to get him down, and Oba just powers himself out of it. Powers himself out of the guillotine, and Roman just has a look of, "Oh shit, And then, Jimmy runs down. Oba, boom, fall from grace on Jimmy. And it is a big and just, bam, Jimmy out. Solo Sikoa with his MFTs come out and sends down Tolatunga to take on Oba. And Oba and Tolatunga just big meaty men slapping meat. He gets Tola up and it could be an assisted, gets him up for the fall from grace or the two-handed choke slam on him. He's out. You're out. And then Jay comes out. Jay just walks down. Roman saying, come on here, get out of here faster, come on. Turns around, hit by Oba, and then Oba puts on the Kimura lock. Brock submission, put on Roman. Cole's going nuts. The Kimura! That's the Kimura! And you hear Wade Barrett going, he was watching Brock's matches. He was learning from the beast. And Roman yelling, Jay! Snake! Just clawing. And Jay looks at the title, looks at Roman, title, Roman, and just backs away. Roman claws and yells. Jay just backs away. Ref comes over, does the arm spot. Arm drops 3 times. That's it. Oba wins. New champion. And Jay walks back up the ramp with Oba's music playing. Solo just claps and opens his arms for Jay. And Jay just walks right past Solo. And Oba celebrates in the ring with the title over his head. Oba Femi has done it. He beat Brock, got beaten up, came back, and beat Roman. And now with all this sets up in the fall. You can run back Oba versus Roman because Roman never tapped, never submitted. Title he never lost. You have Jay going on his own once again, maybe a heel Yeetmeister. Jay versus Roman is there. And then Solo, maybe we have Bloodline collapsing on each other. Solo and Roman. Why'd he send a guy to help Roman? Maybe an olive branch. Who knows? But that sets up a whole bunch of stuff coming out of SummerSlam. And that's it. That's my fantasy booking of how Oba Femi should win the WWE Championship, World Heavyweight Championship, whatever, ever. Like and subscribe to the channel. And I might end up doing this again. Catch you next time.